What's going on, y'all? How everybody doing tonight? Um, if anybody, well, for the people that was on my live stream a couple days ago, I went to talking about stuff that I wanted to, put out as content, some new topics to talk about. And for the people that was on live, thank y'all. I had a nice time. I don't know about y'all, but I had a nice time on live talking to y'all. But anyway, let's get to the point. So we're gonna talk about the video games that I grew up playing. Now, I'm not really a big video game. Well, I used to play them shits when I was little, growing up, but like I was never like a game freak. I was never like a game head. Like I would be on the game for maybe like 2 hours out the most, and then I would just watch TV or go outside or some shit. Or hell, even chill in my room for a while. So let's get to the point. This right here, um, is actually one of my favorite video games of all time. This is called Driver 2. It was released back in the year 2000. One of my uncles that passed away, he used to live with us, on and off type shit. This is Driver 2. I believe this one is double disc. I mean, if I'm not mistaken. They used to play it a lot. But he used to live with us back in 2001, and back in 2001, my uncle would have all his friends in my mom's living room playing it. They used to play this game a lot, Driver 2, when it first came out. It was on PlayStation. Well, now we call it PlayStation 1, but it was just called PlayStation back then. On the first PlayStation. And I still remember I remember that PlayStation, on the first PlayStation, the disc, the back of the disc was always black. I don't know if y'all remember that. Let's go to another one. I know on Driver 2, on this one, you can get out the car. I don't know if you can do much. You can get out the car, but you get out the car. On the first one, you couldn't do that, but on this one, this was based in San Francisco, I think. The first one was based in like the late '60s, and this one is based in like the early '70s. This right here is called John Woo Presents Stranglehold. I don't know when this shit came out, but I know. Let me get a good. I played it for the first time in 2009. It was fun though. I don't know if you was in Tokyo, like in China or some shit. But damn, the light is bad on this phone. But I don't know if you was in Tokyo or like China. I don't know if that's really the same thing or not. I don't think it is. But same category. But it's like you're just diving around with two guns all day. You're diving around with two guns all day. Now this right here is one of my favorites. This might be in my like. This is probably this might be top 5 for me of all time when it comes to video games. At least top 10. My mom, she's the oldest out of all her brothers, but this one brother in particular was like 8 years older than me, and he was like 4 years older than my sister. So he kind of grew up with us type shit. When it came Christmas time, she brought him a video game. That's a little bit of the gameplay. You know, but yeah, she bought him this shit for Christmas. She bought him this and a PlayStation 2. And mind you, this was back in '02, so this was like right after, this was just 2 years later after the first one came out. Not the first one, this was 2 years after it came out. But she bought it for him for Christmas back in '02. And that was the first time I played it. I remember playing this shit like the beginning of 2003, I believe. I was playing this shit heavy. I was only 6 years old. I was at my grandmother's house and she was in the front room watching TV as always. So she had me, go play the game. But I remember, I think a funny memory of that was she ended up having like some grilled chicken that I was eating, and then when both of my uncles came back to the house to play it, I had the PlayStation 2 controller greasy. It was, I think, DualShock 2. It's a fun game though. But yeah. This is one of my favorites too. Cruis'n USA. This is actually one of my first times seeing video games. I was a baby. Me and my big cousins used to play this shit back when I was living with them for like a couple months or so. But I was always the youngest out of here. Excuse me, I was the youngest out of everybody, but this is called Cruis'n USA. This shit here came out the year I was born. But this was one of my favorite games of all time. I love this game. You cruise around the USA like the title speaks for itself. And you would go around and you would race from city to city all across the USA. It was good. I remember I used to like Arizona. I used to like riding in Arizona. That's the only one I remember like riding through that I like remember was Arizona. Went back to, I ended up getting this game like I think a year later or so. Called Went Back to. I got this game in '07. Pretty good game. I don't really like remember much though. I remember playing it a lot, but I don't really remember like the concept of the game. I don't really remember what the shit was supposed to be about. Like, I don't remember the storyline or anything, but I do remember playing this shit a lot. At least for a split second before it stopped working. Went back to it was good. I remember me and my little cousin, we would be laughing because it said like a cuss word. We were so childish. The black guy, like, they would talk on the phone and they asked him something. He was like, damn straight. But he was like, oh, she just said a cuss word. We was childish. But I remember them talking on the phone all the time. So I don't know if we were supposed to be spying on, if they were supposed to be spying on people or what. I remember liking the game though. Now this right here, oh shit, I'm tired. This is one of my favorite games of all time. Grand Theft Auto 5. It seemed like after maybe 2010, seemed like video games have been kind of watered down ever since the year 2010. Like, I don't know, like they had a couple of Call of Duties and shit like that here and there. And shout out to Fortnite. That game always looked pretty good, but for the most part, like these games now, like within the past 15 years, has not really. I don't know. But if you ask me, what's the best that came out in the past 50 years? I'm going with Grand Theft Auto 5. With me, you can never go wrong with Grand Theft Auto. Unless if it's Grand Theft Auto 4 or Grand Theft Auto Chinatowns and shit like that. Grand Theft Auto is my favorite game series of all time. I remember when this first came out, I was in high school. And we had a TV in the classroom. And since when you get to the last day of school, you get to kind of do certain shit that you want to do, like do what you want. And one of the guys in my classmate had permission from the teachers to bring his PlayStation 3 up there so we can play it. Well, they played it. I didn't play it. But they played it. They played it. I don't know why I keep stuttering shit. I can't even fucking talk. But yeah, I can't take these pictures on this phone. I'm gonna have to switch phones and had it how I was doing. I did this shit by accident, but I was just too lazy to to switch it how I had it. But this right here, this was a good game. I don't know if y'all can see this well. SmackDown versus Raw, 2010. Got John Cena right here. I don't know who the rest of those other people are. This was a good memory for the year 2010. Well, technically, it came out. They always like release it a year before. Like this was 2000. Like this was SmackDown versus Raw 2010, but it really came. It was released in 2009. If you get what I'm saying. But yeah. This right here. Oh yeah, let me go back. But yeah, this was a good memory, 2010. I remember going to my cousin's house. They used to play it. And then I would have a couple of kids that live in the same, or a couple of teenagers that would live in the same block as me. And we would just play this shit all the time. I would always get The Rock. If I wouldn't get The Rock, I would get John Cena. The 2010, they was kind of big at that time. This right here. Now, if you know me, you already know that I hate anime. I can't stand anime. But anime is popular though. Everybody like it. However, the anime video games be pretty damn good. I ain't gonna lie. This one was Dragon Ball Z Burst Limit. That's how it sound when you first. That's how the menu sound when you first put the game in. I had some fun. I used to whoop some ass in this game. I used to get my ass whooped too, though. I'm not really sure when this game came out, but I played it for the first time back in 2009. Tekken 6 was pretty good. I played it on PlayStation 3. But I had already knew of it. I've already knew of Tekken because my uncle had it on PlayStation, the first PlayStation. PlayStation 1. So I already knew about Tekken. I never played it. So this was actually the first game I played it. And I forgot to put Marvel vs. Capcom in this game. I don't know if y'all remember Marvel vs. Capcom. That was a damn good game too. Let me see something. Okay, that's much better, I guess. Man, fuck this shit. But anyway, yeah, Tekken was pretty good. Modern Warfare 2, I don't know if y'all played this shit, but it was good. I remember one of my uncles used to play with me, and he will play me on this game here, and then he would say he would tell me to switch the balls because I used to like kill him a lot on this game. I was good at that, and then he felt like the only reason I won, that I kept winning, was because I knew the particular spot. Like, you know how like on Call of Duty, you get to pick whatever like site you want to you want to play at, and that's what I was doing. Like, I was, you pick whatever place you want to play at when y'all playing together on multiplayer. But this one particular one, I knew my way around it. So he felt like that's the reason why I kept winning. So when he told me to switch, I switched the site where we could play at, where we could shoot at on like, we used to call it the board. I don't know what you call it. That's when you change the site and like the place on the game, like different place on the game. That's what you call it. And when I changed, like he said, you best believe he did whoop me on the game. I never really been into, like, I know Call of Duty was real popular, but it was alright. I remember a couple years later when when Black Ops 3 came out. No. I believe it was Black Ops 2. Yeah. When Black Ops 2 came out when I was in high school, it was a few people from our class and shit that had skipped school that day. School in general. I used to play this real bad back in '04. Man, I tell you, 2004 was a damn good year, man. My mom was fucking with this dude that was like her long term boyfriend for like going on 20 years. She ain't with him no more, but they was together for like 20 years or almost 20 years, and she bought him a game for Father's Day. I was never really type to get gifts like that, but for some reason he would always get a fucking video game and shit. But she got him this shit for Father's Day, and she brought him a brand new Xbox for Father's Day. Sometimes I used to play with him on this game, and it was good. It might be the best street ball game I ever played. It was that damn good. This one was a good game too. Fight Night 2004. I played it in '06 though. Uh I had like relatives that I was at the house. Well, I was chilling at the house and a big brother had this on Xbox, like not Xbox 360, but the first Xbox. And I believe that's Roy Jones Jr. That's who I used to always pick. That boxing game was good. This was one of my favorite games too. The movie looked pretty decent too. Oh, The World Is Not Enough. But I wonder if it was overshadowed by 007 GoldenEye on the James Bond game. Because I feel like this one don't get the recognition it deserves. Now, this was one hell of a racing game, boy. Easily top 3 racing games of all time in my book. Boy, oh boy, I used to love this fucking game. And if I'm not when I was in elementary when this came out, but if I'm not mistaken, I actually remember one of my classmates talking about this at the time. We was in the 3rd grade. They had brought it up like, hey, y'all heard about that Midnight Club 3? Or did y'all get that new Midnight Club 3? We was in the 3rd grade at the time. Actually, we was in the 2nd grade at the time, come to think of it. But I love this game. One of my favorites. Easily my top 3 favorite video games of all time, easily. But the thing about this is this shit here like a deluxe. You know how like when you got an album, you got a deluxe, like a little upgraded version. That's how this shit was.